shrimp egg rolls here at the Young's house, and I am so excited to show you all how easy it is to make a delicious shrimp egg roll. This recipe is so much fun to make. When I make these, I have to make like a whole lot because my family just throws these back. I love them, and you're gonna love them too. Now, for the people that don't eat seafood, yes, you can put chicken in there. You can put you some pork, some beef, whatever you want, or you can just do a vegetable egg roll. But for this recipe, here's what we're gonna need. You're gonna need some shredded coleslaw. There's a shredded coleslaw in the market that has like the purple cabbage in it. I've used that before, but it just makes the inside of the egg roll look kind of funny. So today I chose to use the coleslaw that just has the shredded cabbage without all those other colors going through it. If you don't want to get this and you have a head of cabbage, you can just slice up your cabbage very thin and go from there with it. So I have some beautiful cocktail shrimp here. All right, they're just cold. You can use raw shrimp, cook them ahead of time if you're going to use them, and then you'll add them into your recipe. I got some nice sweet Vidalia onions because we're making it Gina Young style. All right, I just wanted to use them up. So we're going to throw them in our egg rolls, but we're going to saute them. You're going to need some butter. In my pan here, I have a tiny bit of oil. Now let's talk about the spices for the egg roll. And this is all you need. Really simple spices, but it's going to make it taste authentic. Ginger powder. Absolutely not real ginger, but the ginger powder gives it that that we're looking for and that we love. Some black pepper. I got a tiny bit in here. I hope there's actually some in the container. And then I have some salt. Make sure your hands are clean. We're making egg rolls here at the Young's house, and I couldn't be more excited. It's afternoon time, and I've already got dinner made because for dinner, guess what we're having? Hot dogs. We having chili dogs. We done ate some already, and they taste good. There's nothing like a chili dog, right? Of course, I don't want to forget the star. You're going to need your egg roll wrappers. It comes in a package like this, and you get so many of them. Now, your egg roll wrappers will have some little white dust on it. I believe it's just cornstarch. Don't worry about that. It's supposed to be on here, and it helps for these egg roll wrappers to not stick. Okay, so we'll just move them aside for now. I'm gonna actually put them in the refrigerator because you're not supposed to just have them hanging out on the counter, because if you do and they reach room temperature and then you go to cook them, they don't cook up right? So get them back in the refrigerator. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this lovely shrimp and these beautiful onions, and we're gonna start to cut them up. I have to admit, I got a really late start today. Usually, I get up in the morning, I take a shower, and I come downstairs, I get my makeup on, and get dressed and just start my day. 2 YouTubes and then 20 shoppable videos, you know. But we have a pool out back, and that's why my hair is not done, and I don't care. I don't care. I ain't doing my hair today. So this morning was different because when I woke up, I took my shower, and I got right into the pool. And next thing you know it, when I'm coming back inside the house, it's 3:55, and I thought, I know you lying. Let me get up and do something with myself and be productive a little bit. So here I am. The time is 6:22 p.m. Yeah, the time is 6:22 p.m. And I'm just now putting my first video out. Well, I'm making the video, and then you got to edit it, and then you got to get it out, you know. But we're going to make it work. We're going to do what it do. Right? And time is on our side. Yes, it is. So I'm not going to rush throughout my day, but I'm still going to be able to get everything done in a timely manner. I already prayed about that. So no worries. It's a beautiful day outside, and our son is out back, and he's cutting the grass right now. Like I said, dinner is ready, and we have dessert. I have some, it's like pina colada, like real fruit popsicles, and it's gonna be our dessert today. So today's gonna be an easy peasy day, and then I'm gonna end the evening back out there in the pool again. So I'm super excited. As you can see, I'm chopping up the shrimp because some people in their egg rolls, they'll put like 2 egg rolls right, you know, right before they roll it up. They'll put 2 full egg rolls in there. I don't want it like that. Because then when you bite it, that whole shrimp comes out, right? I want little tiny pieces, so every bite that I take of this egg roll, I want my family and friends to taste, you know, a piece of that seafood. You could use crab meat. If you decided you wanted to use chicken, of course you're gonna cook it. You know, bacon, whatever you're putting in there. Yeah, because you can put bacon in an egg roll. You really could do whatever you want with the egg roll. Make a cheeseburger egg roll. But just have fun and know that whatever meats you decide you want to use, just pre-cook it ahead of time, you know. Starting with our mixture, it is so easy to make. One of my favorite egg rolls is a pork egg roll. Oh my goodness, with the ground pork in it. I'm talking about chef's kiss every time. It's so good. And any egg roll you make is super easy. So now in this pan, there's a little bit of oil, and I have the pan heating up on a medium heat, I would say. We're gonna take about just a tablespoon of butter. That's all we're gonna need. And let's go ahead and put our filling in, which is a beautiful sweet Vidalia onion, gorgeous shrimp here, and we're gonna put my desired amount of coleslaw, shredded coleslaw. This is the angel hair coleslaw is what they call it because it's shredded very fine. But like I said, you could grab you a head of cabbage and just slice it and dice it however small you want it and use that within your egg roll. I'm gonna use a half of this bag too, because later my family's gonna want more. You know, and I know every time I make egg rolls, even when you make egg rolls at home, leftover egg rolls are so good. Reheat them up just in the microwave and they taste gorgeous. Like, they never get soggy, at least mine don't. And I love that. When you make something at home yourself, you can make it like you want, make it taste like you want. Not all the time does the restaurant make it, you know, like we want. All right, ready? So let me clean this off. I'm recording myself, y'all, so just kind of bear with me. All right, let's put some salt in here. Not too much, but enough. If you can't use it, what I always say, leave it out. Ginger powder. Believe it or not, I'm gonna use a nice amount. I wanted to double check and make sure it was ginger. Y'all remember that time I went live and I made a peach cobbler? Or if you don't know, I went live, I made a peach cobbler, and instead of using cinnamon, I was putting cumin in it. And I thought, oh my goodness. And I went out the camera and I went into the room where my husband was at and I said, baby, I just put cumin in the peach cobbler instead of cinnamon. I thought, oh, I was so embarrassed. Y'all probably didn't know because I think I played it off, but so now I'm always checking to make sure that is the spice that I actually wanted. All right, gorgeous. Okay, let's go ahead and give this a nice stir around. It's going to begin to fry up. And here's the thing. You don't have to cook this long. We're just going to cook it for about maybe 8 minutes. And then that's it. Okay, because it will finish cooking in your egg roll. Trust me, because that hot oil will cook the inside of this filling as well. We just want to start the process going. And I always like to tell people this about your egg roll. When you go to put the filling in and roll the egg roll up, I don't like to put the filling into the egg roll wrapper while it's hot, because it really messes with the texture of the egg roll wrapper. And it just doesn't turn out right. It really doesn't. So let this cool down for sure. And if you're in a big rush, you can put it in the refrigerator. Tell me what you all are doing today, since it is a holiday for some people. We don't go to the fireworks. We don't go to the fireworks. You know, we're going to be here doing our own thing. And but I would like to hear from y'all what you guys are doing. What you cooking? Are you cooking something special? Family coming over? I want to hear everything. This smells so good right now. Just remember, it's super important not to overcook it. Let it begin to weld and let them onions cook up a little bit and heat the shrimp up. But other than that, we're going to turn this off. Yeah, we are. We don't want to cook that inside too much. I originally wanted some bean sprouts. The kind that come in a bag, the fresh kind, not the kind that come in the can, because they're disgusting. If my local market had it, but the shopper from Instacart said they didn't have none. So I would have took like a big handful bean sprouts and put them in here and really amp up the flavor, but they just didn't have them today. So I was kind of bummed out about it, but these are still gonna be good, right? Sure they are. Give it a nice taste and see if I'm happy with the flavor. And if I'm not, I can just go back in and re-season. I want everything. I want to taste the shrimp, the onions. Let's see. Baby, it's good. A little bit more salt. Tiny bit more ginger. Oh yeah, it's so freaking good. Let's turn that off. We're gonna let this cool down. Grab our egg roll wrappers when this cools down. Now, for your egg roll wrappers, you're gonna need a small bowl or a cup, whatever, filled with some cold water. You can do cold water and cornstarch if you want. And what you're going to do is you're going to just dip your finger or 2 fingers in it. And we're going to go across the egg roll wrapper so that when we fold it up on itself, it's going to seal. And the water will do it. If you want to use it like an egg wash with egg and water, you can do that too. Whatever is fine. Okay, but you're definitely going to need this. And listen, don't try, because I tried this years ago when I was younger. Don't try to use 2 wrappers, you know, say, let me try 2 wrappers to see if I can make them really, really crispy. No, they don't work. 2 wrappers will make them unravel in the oil. As soon as they hit the oil, the whole thing just unravels. So even though they look small, you know, super thin, they crisp up just like you want them to. How many egg rolls you're gonna make right now, don't throw that extra filling away. Put it in the refrigerator, you know, in a container that's covered, and you can use it the next day and the next day, you know. So don't toss it out, all right? So now we have our egg roll wrapper here, and we're gonna do just like we said. We're gonna turn around and get the edges nice and wet, all 4 corners, okay? Not just the corner, but along the whole egg roll. Sometimes my egg rolls don't all look the same. They really don't, but guess what? They be good. They be good. Because, you know, I'm not claiming to be an artist, right? But, like I said, when I roll these, I'm not a professional, but it's super easy to do. It's like you really can't mess it up. Don't put too much filling in. You put too much filling in, you know, you done messed it up. All right, watch this. It's going to be very easy. I'm going to turn it this way where it looks like a triangle. Okay, and I'm going to bring the filling towards me, so to speak. Once you roll it maybe once or twice, go ahead and I fold it. Fold it this way, and then it looks somewhat like an envelope, you know? And then we're going to keep rolling it, okay? And then it will fold up on itself or adhere to itself, just like that. How easy. So much fun. Teach the kids how to do it because they love it. They have a lot of fun just being able to touch the food and learn something. And then they get to eat it, you know. So this is something fun that you could do with your kids since school is out. Make egg rolls. Make a pizza egg roll if you wanted to. Just don't use too much sauce in it. Or leave the sauce out of the egg roll and dip it into the sauce. That's what I would do if you were making a pizza egg roll, you know. All right, so let's put some more filling in. Everybody's all excited for these egg rolls. I know I'm gonna go outside and give my son one of these egg rolls. He's cutting the grass. His foot is doing much better. He's doing much better. He done took his own stitches out. But you see, he's thriving. His foot is not hurting. He out there doing yard work. Still hard-headed. But he's doing okay. All right, let's go ahead just like this. Lovely. Now, what's fun about egg rolls? You could turn around and put this into the freezer on a cookie sheet in a freezer bag and then come back later or even days later and fry these. So how about making these ahead of time? Yeah, and or before your guests get there. And then, wait a minute, y'all. I can't stand a messy cutting board. And then coming back and frying them when you're ready. Sometimes I would rather do that. Have the egg rolls already in a freezer bag that I already done rolled up one day. And then when we want some, just go into the freezer and say, we're having egg rolls today. Right? That would be a great time to make it when I make my fried rice, because I make fried rice and Puerto Rican rice like all the time. This would go great with that. Oh my goodness, yes. Okay, let's do another one. And then we're going to get these to frying. So in this pan over here, I literally have about this much oil. If you use this, just my personal opinion, if you use a tiny bit of oil, the egg rolls have nowhere to go but to sit at the bottom and get a little too dark. But if you give them some room so they can kind of float up in the pan by adding more oil, they're not going to get dark. They're not going to have to sit at the bottom, and then you have dark egg rolls. I want them to be a light golden brown, crispy looking color, right? I don't want them too dark. All right, we'll roll this last one up, and we'll get that oil to heating up on a medium-high heat, just like so. Oil, it's almost hot. Once it gets hot enough, but here, listen, don't yank it up on the highest setting because they will burn so quickly. But here's what I thought would be great. I'm not doing sweet and sour sauce. We all love sweet and sour sauce for our egg roll. But since we're doing shrimp, how about some cocktail sauce? So cocktail sauce will be the dipping sauce. And I really think, because I got a good palate, I can understand what flavors would go together. I feel like dipping this egg roll in cocktail sauce is going to be chef's kiss. And we'll just try it together, and I'll let you know if it tastes good. Drink of the day is a Barges root beer. I wanted something nice and cold, and so that's what I'm drinking. It's a little frozen because I had it in the freezer. I have some vanilla ice cream, and I told them that I was going to make them some root beer floats. So maybe that'll be a little later on this evening outside in the back. But it sure tastes good, I tell you that. I'm just waiting on the oil to get nice and hot. Oil's nice and hot. Let's go ahead and get them in. And if you see a sizzle, right away you know you're moving in the right direction. If you don't, just take it out and wait, right? Because the oil cannot be not hot enough because it'll destroy of what the texture is supposed to be like. You know it's supposed to be bubbly and crispy, right? Gorgeous. Put it the seam side. This part that we sealed, put that side down towards the bottom. Just like this. Who's excited? When's the last time you had an egg roll? Be honest. Last time you had an egg roll and it tastes good. And it was warm. And it was perfectly flavored. That's what you can do when you make them at home yourself. You can. Even though they're not ready, I'm going to go ahead and give them a nice flip over. Sometimes you don't even have to flip them over. They'll, turn on themselves, But I just don't want them to get that burned part on them, But they do have some nice golden brown color to them, and I'm all excited. Let's see if y'all can see, hopefully a little bit. All right, gorgeous. But you'll see them when they come out. These smell so good. So now here's one thing that you can do with your egg roll wrappers, if you want to. My husband loves when I do this. Take those extra egg roll wrappers that you're not using and just slice them down. Once you slice them, you're going to have like a thin piece this long. Cut it in half and then just throw them into the hot oil. And have you ever went out to an Asian restaurant and they give you like those fried wontons? That's what those are. And they kind of make different shapes, and then you can dip them into your favorite sauce. Ranch, sweet and sour sauce. But it's so much fun to do that with the extra egg roll wrappers because you're going to have a ton. For those of you that love my crab rangoon recipe, you could turn around and make crab rangoon egg rolls if you wanted to with that same recipe. When I tell you that's good, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So here's what I'll do for you. I'm going to attach a video to the end of this video. When the video ends, you'll see at the top there's a video attached of my recipe, how to make the crab rangoon. And then all you have to do that same recipe and put it into your egg roll wrapper, not the small wrapper. Honestly, I kind of like starting my day a little bit later. Maybe I'll start doing that. I don't know. But I feel great. I have good energy. And I love that I was out there in the sun for so long. I was in the water, but I was in the sun. And I feel absolutely amazing. I did drink my clove water today. I had some coffee. But the clove water is everything I could ever imagine. These egg rolls are done. Y'all, look at the egg rolls. Without me. Matter of fact, let me grab the camera so you can get a good look. Because I don't know how well y'all can see when I tip the pan over. Look how gorgeous they are. Let's take them out. Take them out. I'm all excited. My goodness. Right? Beautiful. I cannot wait. I love that my dinner is done already. Let these set onto this paper towel, you know, at least for 5 to 7 minutes. You don't want to hand this to someone and oil in their mouth. That's just like, no. Let it cool down. Let that oil soak up onto the paper towel, just like so. When I come back, we're going to have it plated up. We're going to taste this. If you enjoyed today's video, give me a thumbs up. If you ain't subscribed, what you waiting on? Tell your family and friends. Tell the world what Gina Young's doing in this kitchen every single day. And Father, on today, oh, we thank you for these gorgeous egg rolls, for your hedge of protection and your mighty love. Oh, Father, I thank you for what you've done in my life and what you're getting ready to do. Amen. Look at these. Let's cut this open and try it. You hear that? I know you heard that. Oh. Come on. Can y'all see? Oh my goodness. I hope you can. All right, let's do it. Watch this. Get my little saucer plate here. Cocktail sauce. Let's try. It's really hot, but I do know y'all want me to taste this. I can barely hold it. Hold on, y'all. It's too hot, but this right here, oh, this is fire.